Welcome back to Hot Factor 90.3 Nigeria Info and Hearing Port Harcourt. I'm Dio. 9 minutes gone past 4 p.m. Conversation continues. Thanks for joining in. The matter we're discussing next has to do with elections. And before you can take part in an election, especially as a voter, you must register as a voter. Now, not just in Nigeria, but I do believe countries around the world that operate the democratic electoral system periodically ensure that persons who, for whatever reason, and there may be several reasons for that, have not registered as voters are given the opportunity to do that. Now, once again in Nigeria, it appears that opportunity has opened up, and you just might be on the way to becoming a registered voter in Nigeria. Well, here's from our news earlier today. The physical registration of voters will begin today. National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education at INEC, Festus Okoye, said the continuous voter registration will take place over a period of 1 year. And the INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner in Rivers State, Effanga, told Nigeria Info in June that Nigerians who are 18 and older are qualified to register. Now, let's take a listen to what Effanga did say to us in June. That was just last month.
For those who have not registered before but are qualified to register, those who are 18 and above, Nigerian citizens, they should come and register if they've never registered before. And for people who need to make changes to their registration, they can come to us physically, but they can do that completely online without coming to us physically.
All right, great. And joining me for this conversation on exactly how this process is supposed to run and how Nigerians who are not registered, who should be registered, can register, and other related matters. Joining me via phone is INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner here in Rivers State, Effanga. Commissioner, good evening to you. You're welcome to Hard Facts.
Good evening, Dio. Thanks for having me.
Very welcome. Let's start with why the continuous. It's called a continuous voter registration. Correct me if I'm wrong. So the question, my first question to you is, why is it then periodic if it's supposed to be continuous? The voter registration, that is.
Okay, so yes, I know that continuous means that it cannot be broken at any time. Maybe you can call it continual, which means that you can have the break. But it's just a manner of speaking. The idea is that even before we turn the period outside election, that registration can go on. If you recall, before now, registration for elections in Nigeria were usually conducted maybe like 2 or 3 months to the election. And so every new election, you had to start another round of registration. But what INEC was able to do was, by the time we had a register that was digitalized, all we needed to do was to update it before the next election. And the idea eventually would be such that at any time people can get their names on the voters register or get certain things corrected. One of the reasons it has to stop at a given time is because of the provision of the Electoral Act that says that at a given time before the general election, that INEC needs to produce the final copy of the voters list and share it with the political parties. So if there is a time to share the final copy of the voters list before the election, it means we must necessarily stop. Otherwise, continuous would mean that people can register even a day to the election.
All right. Now, the story that I read a while ago, the part that I missed out, the final sentence there, the online registration, which was to begin July 19 and end July 23rd, has been rescheduled. Now, how does that work? And I mean, the online registration, and if we can have online registration, why do we need the physical registration of voters, which reportedly commences today?
Okay, let me explain. The online registration is not ending. It will continue throughout this period. What we did was to say that we start with the online registration, and then after some time we start the physical part of the registration. Now, even when you register online, it is not possible for us to capture your biometrics online, so your fingerprint. That is the only reason, or one of the main reasons, that people who have started the registration process online would need to come physically to our office so that we can capture the fingerprint. And also to ensure that the people who actually have registered online are real individuals, and that somebody is not registering for multiple accounts as if they were existing individuals, when in fact it's the same person or one person registering many times. So the physical part of that registration is to complete that registration for the individual. So the person will come with a printout of all that he or she has done online, and we will also check on our system and see that, yes, that registration has been commenced online. And all the person would do is for us to capture the person's fingerprint, and the person is good to go until the permanent voter card is ready.
Now, if I have to,
the person will be notified.
If I still have to present myself physically for registration for the biometrics and whatever other reasons, is there then any advantage to commencing the process online before I physically present myself?
Oh yes, there are a lot of advantages, because you would have done every other thing apart from just the capture, and this will take a very short period for that to happen when you come for the capture. And it also means that when you come to the registration point, we have different lines for those who have already pre-registered, and all they need is to come and have the fingerprints captured. So it takes a shorter time for them to do that compared to people who are going to start afresh. And when you do it online, you are taking your time to fill in your information by yourself, so you don't say that there was a mistake about your date of birth, about your address, about your phone number, and you also have this opportunity of choosing where exactly you want to go to.
Where can one commence the online registration? On what portal?
Yes, the address is cbr.inecnigeria.org.
Can you call out? Is it DBR?
C. CVR means Continuous Voter Registration.
Okay, CVR. Okay.
CVR.inecnigeria.org.
Okay. All right.
But for people who don't have the privilege of having the device that they can do that online, then they come to our office and get registered the normal way.
Now, for those who commence the process online, does INEC communicate to them when they can come in to get captured physically, or can they just walk in anytime that they want?
No. When they do that online, a date would be assigned to them. In fact, by the time they conclude online, they would know the date and time and the location they should go to be captured. And they also get an email sent to them. So, for instance, because we were supposed to start this physical part of the registration Monday of last week before it was shifted, there were people who were assigned dates for last week. So what happened was they were asked to choose a new date, or a new date was generated and sent to them. So they now have new dates as opposed to the dates for last week, since we didn't start that last week.
Who are those eligible to register as voters, and where is the physical registration take place?
Okay. Every Nigerian up to 18 years of age is qualified to register as a voter in Nigeria. But we also want to remind people that this isn't an entirely new registration process. So anybody who had registered anytime from 2011 and now does not need to register again. The only thing the person may want is that maybe wants to change information on the registration, or wants to vote in a different place from where he or she has been assigned to vote previously. So any Nigerian who is up to 18 years of age can register. And I've already mentioned the online portal for them to start off that process for those who can afford that. But for the physical registration, for now, we are doing that in the INEC office in each of the local government areas in Nigeria. INEC office in each of the 774 local government areas in Nigeria. With time, we will devolve to the lower level of registration where they can do that at the ward level, and this would be done on a rotational basis. So for all time during this process, the INEC office in the local government area will be a permanent place for registration. But depending on the size of the local government area, there will be at least one other registration point in that local government area. In some local government areas, there will be more than one. There could be 2, 3, or 4. And those other registration centers would be moving from location to location so that every ward in the local government area would be covered. And the information about those details would be shared appropriately when that when we reach that time. But for now, it is only at the INEC office, local government office of INEC, that they can do the registration. And for those who have done the pre-registration online, they can go there and complete or come to INEC state office to do it. So only those who are pre-registered can come to the state office of INEC. Every other registrant will have to go to a local government office of INEC.
Now, I know that there have been challenges with registration of voters in the past. What are some of the challenges INEC has observed as it has evaluated its own processes and such that it has made improvements to the process to eliminate as much as possible at least some of those challenges?
Well, there are many. Let me talk about the ones that are of a technical nature. Okay, so in the past, it took a longer time to register one person because of the device we were using to capture the fingerprint. But the device we are using now, they are more updated, and they should capture the fingerprint faster than the previous one. So that will reduce the time. And also, before now, everything was done physically. So everybody that needed to register came to INEC office or registration center, and then sometimes we'll have quite a number of people. But this time, we have given the option of people who can do the pre-registration online, and so it reduces the number of people who have to queue up and start the entire process. And also for other things that people need to do during the continuous voter registration, much of those things could be done online without even coming to the office. So, for instance, if somebody wants to make a change in the information we have about him or her, the person doesn't need to come to INEC office. The person can do that online. If the person wants to change from where he or she has been voting to another location, the person doesn't need to come to us, can do that online. When the person has done that, all we'll do is we'll produce a new permanent voter's card for the person and inform them to come pick them. So that has also reduced the number of people that we would expect to have turned onto us in our registration center to pick up this. But the other issue also is not totally within the powers of INEC control, and which is issues of violence, safety and security. There's little INEC can do about that apart from involving the services of the law enforcement agents. So if we are in a community where people are lawless, or people deliberately want to disrupt our processes, then that would be a problem.
Do you have violent episodes with the registration of voters?
We've had that in the past. Anything that involves a lot of people coming together, there could always be violence. There could be violence where people just don't want the process to go on. It's possible. Or when people just... There are lots of reasons. There are some communities that you'll even hear that the young people in that community said they should be paid some money before they can allow any activity to happen. I mean, we've seen this in some communities. Maybe not necessarily about when it comes to just only INEC activities, but other activities. We've seen community members, young people in the community, disrupt even activities that are of developmental nature in their community. So those kind of things could happen. I don't envisage that would happen in Rivers State or in some other states, but if it happens, then it becomes an issue.
How about the unofficial being the operative term there, the unofficial monetization policy of a lot of government agencies, or more precisely officials of government agencies? Every process is seen as an opportunity for monetization, to extort the public, even processes that shouldn't even warrant any such scenario at all. What is INEC doing to combat that and ensure that people are not exploited or extorted because they're trying to get registered?
Okay, so we make the point clear and known that none of INEC's processes come with monetary payment. None of INEC's processes, not the registration, not the collection of the card, not the changes in the information people have, not even political parties submitting names of candidates or filing in their documents to participate in the election. None of INEC's processes come with monetary payment. And so members of the public should be aware of that. And our personnel are also aware of this. Good enough, this particular process we are going into, all the personnel involved are staff of the commission. And so they would know the consequences of doing the wrong thing. It's not a matter of saying it was ad hoc staff that we may not have full control over them. So if our staff were involved in the registration process, extort money, then we'll need to know about that.
Have you ever received any reports of your staff collecting monies for registration of voters in the past?
No, I have not. And if I ever got any such information, I would investigate and take appropriate sanctions against them.
All right. Now, also, the voter's card is obviously a very sensitive and personal document, indeed. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe such a card should not be collected by proxy. Am I correct?
Yes, I can't even collect for my wife.
But we have heard reports in the past of people collecting cards in bulk, claiming that they know the people there in their communities and they're going to help in distributing or redistributing the cards to members of their communities in a bid to help INEC out. Have you received reports of that in the past, and how are you managing that?
I haven't received the reports of that, definitely not in the state that I have presided over. And it is totally wrong. If we know of that, we'll take appropriate steps against the officers of the commission who involved with that. Everybody knows that fact, that you cannot collect permanent voter cards on behalf of someone.
But this have been known to happen. These incidents have been known to happen in the past, even in Rivers State here as well.
Yes, I'm not saying that it does not happen or it may not have happened. I'm saying that I have none of such has happened under my watch and brought to my attention. And if that happens and is brought to my attention, I'll take appropriate measures. And my staff are also aware that this is not the procedure. And so I would really be shocked if a staff takes such a risk, knowing the implication of that on his or her career.
It is Hot Facts 91.3 Nigeria Info and here in Port Harcourt. Physical voters registration commences in Nigeria today. We're discussing this at the moment. My guest is INEC resident Electoral Commissioner in River State, Effanga. We're going to break right now, commercial break. We'll return shortly. The conversation will continue till about 5 p.m. And when we return, we'll take your contributions, comments, questions on the subject matter and how you feel as well about the process, especially if you've not registered before. The station Hot Facts does return shortly.
Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817 001 8162. That is 0817 001 8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our...
Oh, it's your turn. Let's talk.
And now, Hard Facts. Hard Facts with Dayo.
Welcome back. 24 minutes ago before 5 p.m. Still Hard Facts at Nigeria Info. I'm Dayo. Conversation does continue on the commencement of physical registration today. Voters registration in general. There's an online version to that as well. My guest who joined me via phone for this conversation is Effanga, INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner here in Rivers State. Commissioner, good evening to you. Welcome once again.
Good evening again.
The lines are officially open right now. You can join the conversation. Numbers to call 0817 923 0002 or 0003 0817 923 0007. We are live on facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH, and WhatsApp is on 0809 030 6416. I'll start with this question from via Facebook from Christian Undu Kalba. He goes, if registration is free, can I arrest any of the staff that demands for money?
Can he do what?
Can I arrest any of the staff that demands for money?
Well, if you have the power of arrest, why not? But I think the right thing is for you to report this either to us or report to the law enforcement agency. So anybody who does that is a criminal offense, and action can be taken against them.
All right, got a call on the line right now. I think it's LMA from Woji. That's interesting. Hello, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Yes. Good evening, Dayo.
All right, go ahead.
Yes. The INEC registration, I think I did my own today online.
Okay.
And yes, in fact, I very, very, very happy, very impressed. You know, there's a part where they said you upload your photograph. They said one not smiling. I purposely upload not smiling on the two. So I want to know if really they are screening it, and they rejected the two. So I have to repost, or I have to upload one smiling and one not smiling, and it was successful. In fact, they have scheduled me to come for my biometric for on the 16th of September. I received email and everything. So thumbs up to INEC.
All right. Commissioner, your softwares can determine when a face is smiling or not.
Sorry?
I said your softwares can determine when a face is smiling or not.
Yes. Because we need to be sure it's a real person that is doing this. And I remember the person will still come physically for the biometric. So we also need to cross-check that it's the same person.
Yeah, you need to know, because sometimes Nigerians don't smile a lot these days, so you need to know the difference.
Well, let them smile for INEC.
All right, Fabio is gone. Sunday Familiars, you're welcome. Please go ahead. Hi, Sunday, go ahead, please.
Okay. Please, I want to be as civil as possible.
That's the right way to go. Being civil is always the right way. Is always the best choice. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Let's engender that civility, please, by turning down the volume of your radio set.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
My opinion is that your guest today is not being very truthful. I don't want to say that this INEC stuff is something else. I have with me now my temporary voter's card. Now, I registered in 2010.
Okay.
Now, during the election of 2011, on the morning of that election, somebody called me, a line called me, myself and my wife. We have your... Okay, it was the day before that election, sorry. We have your permanent voter card. If we give it to you, who are you going to vote for? I said, okay, but who are you? He said I should not bother asking who he is, that whether I don't want my permanent voter card. I said, of course I do. They said, okay, who are you going to vote for? I said, okay, give me the card. You tell me who you want me to vote for. Okay, they pushed off, they put off the line. From that 2010, I have gone to INEC office for countless number of times. And now I can't even do another, I can't even try to register again because that would be dual registration. So when you ask your guest the question of selection of card by project, and he said he has not heard the report, those cards, where are they? Those that's like my permanent voters. I don't want to call any party so that you won't turn to a party.
Hello, Sunday. Sunday.
Being able to vote, and somebody is having my card. Can your guest claim that he doesn't know whereabouts of those cards?
All right, Sunday. So let's get my guest to respond to that.
Okay, thank you. He talked about the election in 2011.
Yeah.
To the best of my knowledge, the election in 2011, it was the temporary voters card that was in existence. The permanent voters card came before the 2015 general election, so unless he's referring to 2015 general election that incident happened. Incidentally, I wasn't with INEC at that time. But the point I will make is this: if he hasn't collected his permanent voters card up to this moment, and he says he had come to INEC and he couldn't find it, the appropriate thing is to ask for a replacement. But he can actually ask for a replacement of his card. But given the fact that he said he registered since 2010, 2011, there is a possibility, I imagine, that some things may have changed with his information, or he may no longer be living where he was then, and so he may not need to vote in the same place where that was. So I would advise him to either go online and apply for transfer to a new polling unit that may be nearer him. But if he is still comfortable with where he registered, where he was meant to vote, all he will need to do is to request a new copy of his permanent voter's card, and that would be made available to him. He can do that online. He doesn't need to come to our office. But if he can't do that online, then he can go to any office of INEC and make that request, and then a new card would be produced for him.
Would he have?
And let me also say, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Even if his permanent voter's card is in somebody else's hand, I don't see how the person can vote with that. because for you to vote, even with a permanent voter's card, we use the smart card reader to read it that it's authentic, and then you will also have to check your fingerprint that it matches with the one of the person who owns that card. So in the event that somebody collected his card with the intention of using it to vote, I don't see how that would be possible.
Yeah, but what he said, if what he described did happen, it could also be used as a ploy to disenfranchise some person, because based on his narrative, he was asked who he wants to vote for.
That's possible also. And if the shows got to our attention, maybe we would have acted on it. But going forward, I would want him not to lose confidence in INEC. I promise him that if he requests for a new card, that would be produced for him. But like I said, there's a possibility that he may need to make some changes, like transfer to another polling.
And he can do all that online.
He can do all that online.
All right, we got Michael from Munich on the line. Michael, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Thank you. Good evening.
Go ahead, sir.
I lost my own, so how do I go about it?
It's very easy. You can do that online. You can apply for a replacement online, and you don't need to come to our office until when it's ready. You will be informed to come and pick your card. But if you can't do it online, then go to INEC office where the registration, any of the registration centers, and notify them. They will get another one produced for you.
So for everyone who's registered already, either you have your temporary card with you, you lost your permanent card, or the permanent card is defaced in some way, please, that question has been answered. Just register online, or just go online to request for a replacement, and that can be processed online once again. I hope that's been addressed finally. We go to Ezra from Eagle Island. Hello, you're welcome. Please go on.
Yeah, good evening.
Go ahead, sir.
I think mine is a question. You know, some of these INEC office, people are complaining that the shooting is not enough. Sometimes it's 1 or 2. So I want to ask this INEC representative commissioner that if have they made any this improvement about me provide enough system so that at least those that went for physical capturing, at least they can able to do it fast. And then is there any plan to maybe create another additional center?
Yes, Ezra, I just attended that very quickly because we discussed this earlier. Yes, they even got new equipment that will capture fingerprints faster. And later on, you know, as the days go by, other centers are going to be added to INEC offices in the state as well.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Now, via WhatsApp, please, can one use one email to register for different persons who do not have emails to register, especially in rural areas?
Okay, that's an option, because when you register online, it would ask you if you're registering for yourself or you're registering for someone else. And then, so if you indicate that you're registering for someone else, I guess it would ask you other questions to be sure that you have the authority, the authorization of those persons to register for them. But importantly is that you are going to capture, like somebody said, you will take the pictures of those persons, and those persons will eventually have to come and do the biometrics. So if it's like the rural area, you don't have that immediate access to the internet, somebody can assist them to do that for them to complete. But the point is, if they can go to the office, they can do that by themselves, do the actual direct registration. But if they want somebody to assist them, well, that could be done. But we will have to take every measure to ensure that they are registering for people who ask, who have given them the permission to go ahead. Of course, the way to do that is that they will have to take the photographs of the person. If the person didn't give the permission, I don't know how they would have taken the person's photograph.
All right. Still via WhatsApp. Good evening, Dial. Please, I did my voters registration in November 2017, and since then, I've gone to the office several times only for them to tell me it's not ready. Even after giving me the temporary voters card, I took that same temporary card to the bank. They checked and told me I've not been captured by INEC. I took it to the INEC head office in PH. They told me same thing, and the temporary card I have is invalid. that I haven't been captured. So do I go for a fresh registration? Commissioner?
Okay. Yes. So a temporary card simply means that you have approached INEC to be registered, and all those things have been done. Before the permanent voter card is issued to you, we'll do a background check. So if somebody had registered before and was attempting to register afresh, we would find that and cancel that. It's also possible that at the time the person did the registration, did the capturing. Remember, I was talking about the improvement we have with the technology now.
Yeah.
There were some of those registrations that did not scale through. Maybe the fingerprints were not properly captured, and so those were cancelled. It's possible that this person falls under that category, which means that even though he has a temporary voter's card, his name or her name is not on INEC register. So if it comes to the registration center, even with that temporary card, they will be able to check to be sure that the name exists or it does not. If it does not exist, then they will register him afresh. But it's also possible that it exists, just that the permanent card is not have been produced. And so those people will make sure that they request the card to be produced.
All right, let's go back to WhatsApp. Please, I lost my card and I've done the necessary updates online. Do I need any physical appearance again? That's from Prince Uche.
Okay, he lost his card.
Yeah.
He's done he has applied for a new one online.
Yes.
Yes, he doesn't need to come to our office again. When the card is ready, he will get the notification. Because to register online, it means that he has used an email address. So he will get an email when the card is ready to come and pick it.
All right, let's go back to the third line now. Hello, Hard Factor, welcome.
Good afternoon, Harry.
Hi, go ahead.
I went with my wife to change name 2017, and since then we've not gotten the permanent voter card. What do we do? Can we go to collect it now?
Yes, you can go to, if you know the local government where you register, if you go to the INEC of that local government area, they will help you get your card and give to you. In the event you go and they say the card is not there, then they will make a request on your behalf for another one to be produced.
How about people who go online, maybe who have registered in the past and didn't get their cards? I mean, if they go online to maybe make certain alterations or request for a new card, is the system able to tell them, assuming their cards exist someplace, is the system able to tell them where their cards are and where they can go to retrieve them?
No, if they go online, so for instance, if the cards were produced and there are results in our office and the person checks online would show that the person is registered and has a permanent voter's card. It would not tell whether that card has been collected or is with us in our office. So if the person is sure that he did not collect it, then he should come to our office and ask to get it. If he comes to our office and the card is not there, then we will know that the card is lost, either lost in our custody or he collected or something happened, and we'll just produce a new one.
Oh, as we wrap it up, to those Nigerians, I'm sure you're very much aware as to the apathy to anything that concerns the electoral process that a lot of Nigerians feel and have felt for quite some time, actually. So to those Nigerians who are thinking right now, all of this doesn't matter and they don't want to concern themselves with it, what do you have to say to them?
Well, I'm sure that there are people who many years ago thought they had no business with voting again. And at some point after that, they found out that they trusted the system and they were not able to vote because they did not take the steps to register to vote. The only way to vote in or vote out a government is by being registered and going to vote. So whatever reasons people have about, whatever views people have about the country, about the system, it is still important for them to register so that when an opportunity comes for them to vote one way or another, they are able to do that and not say, oh, I wish I had registered when it was time to register. So the time to determine the future of Nigeria starts now. And one way of determining that is through the electoral process. And I will encourage anyone who isn't on the voters register and is qualified to be, to please take every step to make sure that he or she is on the voters register.
All right, there you have it. If you've registered before, if you have misplaced your card or you never got your card or you got it and it's defaced right now, you can go online to the INEC website to request a new one. That's cvr.inecnigeria.org. If you haven't ever registered before for whatever reason, you can begin that process on the same website, cvr.inecnigeria.org. And when you're done, you'll be notified. You go to an INEC office close to you in your local government area to go register physically as well. Thanks to my guests who's joined the conversation via phone, INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner here in River State, Effanga. Commissioner, many thanks for your time.
Thank you so much.
Got about 5 minutes to go before 5 o'clock. News update at 5 p.m. And when I return from the break, we're discussing a different matter. What's that matter? The DSS fails to produce Nnamdi Kanu in court for trial based on failure of logistics. Stay with us.